Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good. So I'm about a week out now from Sac Decompression surgery on my right ear. And so far, so good. I've not had vertigo once um, in the last, well, tomorrow will be 7 days. Oh, today's 7 days. Tomorrow will be 8th day. I haven't had any vertigo whatsoever. Um, and we've got a nor'easter going on outside, so I thought today would be probably the day that'd be the biggest test of this. And nothing, no vertigo, and because these weather systems kill me usually, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty psyched. Um, but the one thing is, if you're gonna have surgery and one of your kids, grandkids, comes home from school with a stomach bug, stay away from them. Okay. Um, yeah, my grandson on Friday came home with a stomach bug. Of course, I'm out of it. I don't know. And 2 days later, Monday night, I started. Um, you know, you know what it is. You heave, there's diarrhea, everything. Um, and so it's made my recovery that much harder, which is fine. You know, it happens. What are you going to do? It'll pass. I mean, if you're looking for a weight loss program, I've lost 13 pounds in the last 4 days. So, um, but getting back to some serious, I mean, that's serious, but yeah, it made the recovery that much harder. There seems to be more fluid, still fluid coming out a little bit. No blood, that's a good thing. Um, but there's still some fluid coming out. So when I put my hearing aids in, sometimes it sounds weird, or all of a sudden it's wicked loud, and then it's wicked, then it's nothing, then it's back to kind of a normal with the hearing aid in. Um, so we'll see. But it's for me so far, it's only been a week, and it's working out pretty well. Um, I remember when I had the labyrinthectomy, I must have had vertigo. The vertigo didn't really wean down for a couple of weeks. So this is pretty good, and I'm real happy with it. Um, the hearing, that'll come back. People have been asking me about the tinnitus. It's there, but it's not as bad. I don't know if it really has anything to do with it. But I've heard stories where it's calmed it down or quieted it down a bit. So hopefully that's in the chart too. I'm going to ask about my ears because people have come to visit me, and my grandkids, they're noticing, hey, Papa, this ear's sticking out a little lower. And I'm like, hey, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll go back to normal. If not, then it's another thing that's unique about me. you know, hey, maybe it makes me look like I've been in a few fights in my time. So, I mean, other than that, it's probably going to be a short video. But the one thing I could tell you too is I won't say to you, go and have the surgery. I definitely won't say it right now. I never will, because here's the thing. I'm not a doctor. Okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to tell you what to do. Your doctor's qualified to make those suggestions to you. I will tell you to look into it with your doctor. It's helped me because, see, even then, not everything works for everybody. Okay, and that includes the surgery we just had. Even my doctor told me that before we did the surgery, and we've talked about it quite a few times. The same thing. He said, there's no guarantee with this, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's worth a shot trying. To try to live the best life I can. And you know, she smiled and went, okay, let's get it done. So these are the things you gotta understand. There's no guarantee unless, like with the labyrinthectomy, like basically destroying it. They're going in there and cutting out the labyrinth. That's it. You're deaf. There's no balance thing there, and your brain will get over to here. Everything will function with one side as long as you don't go bilateral. And that's what happened to me. I went bilateral. So, I could say right now it's working for me. I don't know how it's going to work for you. And that's something you really should talk to your doctor. I've had other people saying doctors aren't doing that surgery. I don't know why yours did. Well, I had a laparotomy done on my left ear, 2019. That's why. Okay, I can't have another laparotomy. I'll be totally deaf. I mean, I'd have two cochlear implants, which I'll probably end up having two anyways. Um, but I'd have two cochlear implants, and I'd have literally no balance whatsoever, none. Okay. Um, I mean, I'd still have my knees and my eyes and my hips, and I'd still have a core balance. But if I moved my head, my eyes would still be looking over there. It just because there's nothing there, and it would just be my brain would just be like all this information going into it and nowhere to process it. Hey, there's no information. What do we do now? Type of thing. I mean, what do I do? There's no information. So yeah, they still do anaphylactic shunt surgeries and anaphylactic sac decompression surgeries. As a matter of fact, they kind of do that more if you don't not already like have 5% hearing loss in this ear on your bad ear. Now, I had like 4% hearing on this. That's why laparotomy, I wasn't hearing anyway, so it didn't matter. But this year I still have 30% hearing, 35% hearing. So, even if they wanted to do laparotomy, they'd still do the shunt surgery to begin with. So, um, and the other thing is that they can't do the same surgeries. Okay, I can't have laparotomy here, laparotomy here, but I can have a laparotomy here in the shunt or sac decompression surgery because this one destroys. I only use my left because that's the ear that had the laparotomy. So this one, laparotomy, basically takes everything out. The sac shunt shapes bone down, helps fluid process better so it doesn't build up and get vertigo. So on that note, that's an update for this week. If things change, I'll do another video. But so far, so good. And remember, don't get the stomach virus when you're recovering from any surgery. Ugh. I'll talk to you later. Bye.